talk about the Kings taking on the Maple Leafs here tonight. And it'll be probably Cam Talbot and Joseph Wool going at it here. And hey, just right as I was coming on the air here, you guys, let's check this line. And I'm talking about just moments before I went on the air here. I know I'm late every day, but I'm not sitting around going, "Hey, I want to make, my few dozen viewers all mad at me by going on." I'm just checking the late. I'm finalizing everything, and late steam came in. I didn't even have a chance to update the line, but the steam came in on the Maple Leafs just right before we went on the air. What's the line currently? Showing $1.50, $1.55 or so. So a little bit of increase here with the Maple Leafs at home against my Kings. And in this one, so hey, pretty happy the way things are going. The Kings still look pretty good. And Toronto, if anything, maybe we do still have some questions about their long term sustainability to be a contender in the East. And for the Kings, that's kind of the same case too. But the Kings have looked pretty good out of the gate, no doubt about it. And the Leafs, well, if you're the Leafs, you're still certainly expected to be a contentious team. They are the team coming in with the better record here at 5-2-1 thus far. The Kings 4-2. The Kings so far on the road, though, a perfect 3-0. And for Toronto here, they have been doing back home. Back home after that 5-game road trip. That's what it was. They started the season off at home, went on a 5-game road trip, did win 3 of those games on the road. Here's Fernando wants to take the over, I think, in tonight's game with the Kings and the Leafs. And I've seen, little two-way action here from the Sharps, but man, Fernando might be right on here. He does take the Kings here in this one as well. I was leaning Kings. Certainly at first when I first saw this one kind of come out, but that steam here did worry me a little bit just at. Uh, if anything is a better price. Spurner says, what does he say? I'm too slow. I'm looking at a 7 now. Let me take a look at that. You're not too slow. There are 7s for sure, Ferner, out there. Let's see here. Oh, we're on a bad page, but yeah, I'm definitely seeing some 7s here as well right now. I'm showing DraftKings 7 under 35, so it does feel like Fernando said, over that 6.5, and you are having to lay some pretty serious juice. Fernando's not into that. He's not saying, "Hey, I'll just type in 6.5, and nobody has to know that it's minus $1.30," because we're not keeping tracks of units that way. We're just asking for your pick. So just teasing Fernando a little bit. Fernando and Gerardo and we're going to have a new soccer show one day soon, right, Fernando? I don't know how we're going to do it, but that's going to be epic. With 3, I don't know. Maybe Fernando and Gerardo don't. I don't. Is there a rivalry there because of you guys being the 2 elite soccer YouTube chat room cappers? I think we should get Fernando and Gerardo on the air together. Here's Josh. Hello to Josh. So okay, I do want to try the Kings today. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if I can get off of my Kings here today. Let me take a look at this. Um, all right, I do want to take a look, see if there's any movement here with these, but yeah, I want the Kings. I'm taking my Kings here on the road. I'm going to fade that steam today and take the Kings on the road. Take my Kings on the road against Toronto. Go my Kings. Talbot in there today, and I'm sure that will be the case. Um, maybe I could touch on a few stats, but just with 2 games, like I said, Kings on the road here. I'm totally impressed. I am surprised. I was surprised with the start. I was expecting a decent start from the Kings. I was expecting them maybe to surprise and overachieve here a little bit. Yeah, they lost against Vegas in that game. They still earned a point at home in that one. They won on the road at Arizona. They've also won road games so far at Winnipeg and Montreal. So a couple trips or a trip into Canada already. And I'll try the Kings today as my play. And Ron said, Lazzy Love here today, bringing you those smooth sounds. And yeah, Josh, your light card today. We're just about done. One more game here. Ron says, don't trust the Leafs on home ice. Wool is confirmed to be in goal today. And we just did see, actually, let me take a look. I think we just did get the word that Talbot is like, oh no, that was yesterday. So we don't have it confirmed yet, but Talbot likely to be in goal here. And for Wool here in this one comes in with some look for the Leafs 3-1 with a 1.32 goals against and a 96% save percentage. So pretty good numbers here so far for Joseph Wool as a starter here, and been doing well, no doubt about it. And it looks like, a situation where Toronto was looking for maybe that goalie, maybe Wool is going to be it. He's giving them a big shot here every night, but obviously facing the Kings, we know what they do. They score goals. So one of the best offenses going so far this season. The Kings here, you saw the over selection from Fernando. Chad, thank you for your picks there as well. Um, it'll be the Nashville Predators taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Just with Soros and Thatcher Demko here in this one. Demko $1.30. Demko, uh, let's see, he had an issue in his last appearance. I don't know if it was an injury. I'm not going to go into it right now. He's expected to be in goal for Vancouver, another team off to a good, surprising start. I'd characterize so far the season, right? You have the elite teams so far, right? This season, and the elite teams are doing very well, right? Boston, Colorado, uh, who out west is a very hot. Of Vegas, of course, on a very hot streak to start the season. So to me, it seems like those elite teams are elite, and the um, bottom teams are markedly improved. And I'm going to throw out that Chicago thing last night because, like I said, Chicago's also, had some good performances. They'll get better, and they'll just. I mean, that was just a really tough loss last night, 8-1 to a bad team. But those bad Arizona's up, right? Arizona's up, Chicago's up. These bad teams, the Red Wings, right? They're improved. Montreal, uh, all these Anaheim, they're all really all the really bad teams have taken a big step. They're going to come back down to the pack, no doubt. But the bad teams have jumped up this year to get some early wins here. Nice surprises, no doubt. Elite teams staying elite, bad teams improving. Um, the the middle bottom, they're falling bad, and then the second tier is kind of like flattened out a little bit. So that's what I'm seeing so far here in the NHL season. Here's Vancouver at home. They're $1.30 here against Nashville. 7 of the last 8 meetings here in uh, Vancouver between these two teams have gone over in this series for Vancouver so far. They're coming off a loss, an overtime loss, where they did earn a point against the Rangers at home. Before that, they beat St. Louis 5-0. The impressive part so far for the Canucks is the fact that they've had all this success. Uh, Despite playing most of their games on the road so far, 5 of their 8 games have been on the road. So to me, that's just very, very impressive. One of the best, maybe the most overlooked of these teams so far that are off to great starts. And I think they'll be in a good position to win here tonight. Let's see what that price is. $1.30 there listed on screen right now. Well, definitely up to. Let me at least put the worst price up there. Maybe we're even looking at $1.40 here in this one. And well, just saying something. I mean, Nashville's had a certain level of success of late, and Vancouver hasn't had much success of late. And here's Ron, under here, probably in this one. And I think that's the way I've got to look at this game as well. Would be Jamal's on the Canucks here in this one. So I would think with Demko, Sarge here, yeah, I probably would take a look at the under. It's already 6 under 2025, right? Let's see here. Oh gosh, I'm showing one offshore book all the way to 6 under 30 already with this matchup. And take a look at so far with Demko. He's got a 93.5% save percentage, a 3-2 record. And for Saras, she's got a 91.5 save percentage. He's been in every game so far. He didn't. One of the games he didn't finish. I think Lankinen came in, but Saras has been probably the most used goalie. He's going to need a day off eventually here because, boy, he's been in there. I don't know. I think every period, but just a couple of periods so far this season. Here's Ferner wants to go under. Let me see. I might have to update the line on the screen here a little bit. Or we'll just leave it as such. I'm okay with it. I'm just going to take Vancouver here minus $1.40. Vancouver won the meetings. Let's see, they won last year's meeting 3-2 uh, on the road. All right. Huh. That was what am I saying? The last year's not last year's meeting. These teams played last year was uh, Vancouver won both meetings um, uh, at home. I can't even see this thing. Sorry about that. Okay, they played just a week ago. It was 3-2. Vancouver got the win at Nashville. There we go. And then last year, Vancouver won at home 4-3. All 3 games went to a shootout last season between these two teams. And then the game last week was 3-2 Vancouver on the road. Here's Ferner with the Canucks.